What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about finding the most profitable investment in Dubai. We're going to be talking about rental yield, but also appreciation, because of course there's many things that people ask me for. Where can I find the best rents? How can I find the best rents? And also, can I find a product that's going to appreciate? Now you're wondering where I am right now, and that's Business Bay. I wanted to just stop here and talk about this building in particular, okay? So when I'm looking for a profitable investment, there's a few things that I consider. Of course, it's going to be the price per square foot, the rental yield, okay? And then when I know the price per square foot, we can calculate, obviously, the price of the property. But what a lot of people get confused about is when they actually look online and when they're looking at the listing price versus the transacting price, okay? Now we're going to be using the Paramount Tower because it's a very high transactional building. Now, the reason it's such a high transactional building is, well, one, it's considered quite a high-end building. Also, the facilities are amazing. It's a hotel brand as well as a residential complex, so there's just an abundance of things to do. But anyway, I'm not trying to sell you on the building itself. I just wanted to give you an example. See, the thing is, if you look for a one-bedroom in this building, for example, you're going to be looking at around, I would say, the listing price maybe around 1.7 million. Now, if you actually look at the rental transactions that have completed, you're going to be looking at maybe like 110, 115,000 for a one bed, which is actually a considerable amount of rent for a one bedroom, okay? But if you were to buy it at the listing price, then, you know, taking 115,000 dirhams as an example for rental, you're paying 1.7 plus the fees. Well, actually, your ROI is considerably lower than what anybody really wants. You'd be looking at somewhere between 4 and 5%. So this is how I would structure an investment deal for a client. For example, let's consider that the listing price is 1.7 million, but if you actually look at the transactions, they're around 1.4 or 1.5 million. So that goes to show that although people are asking what they're asking, it's probably because you've got loads of brokers calling you and saying, yeah, you can get this price, let me list your property. And it always happens. And basically that looks like it drives the market value up, but really the transactional values are not actually rising up. Because if you were to pick up a one bed for 1.4 million and rent it out for 115,000 dirhams, your ROI would be pretty good. You know, you're looking between 7%, and then if you put it on short term, potentially even more. So to sort of simplify that, what I say to everybody, first of all, establish which area that you're going to buy in. I'm not here talking about all the areas today, but establish what area you're buying. If you're not using a professional and you want to do it on your own, that's fine. But then you need to go and do your due diligence. You need to see the transactional prices versus the listing prices, because at least then you've got a little bit of leverage when it comes to the negotiation stage. Then you also need to actually see the live rental transactions, because sometimes brokers out in this market will false promise you and say, yeah, you'll get 8%. But to be honest, if you're not actually looking at the rental transactions that are actually transacting, you can dream and say, I'm going to get 150,000, but if nothing's transacted, then let's be honest, you're probably not going to get it. Okay, so like I said, you need to go online, you need to see the real facts and data of transactional records, because they're all available in Dubai. And then only at that point can you consider it as a profitable investment. All right, so that's how I would structure, in a nutshell, a profitable investment. Of course, there are many more elements to it, and that's what I would actually explain to you while I'm working with you one-to-one. And that's obviously where, you know, you just need to book a call and of course, you know, speak to me on there. Now, it seems like we're getting dripped on. I don't know where from though, because it's not raining. Maybe someone's cleaning the windows. But anyway, guys, so you're wondering why I'm stood here at this construction site. All right, if you don't know this already, this is the SLS. Absolutely beautiful building. Now, in terms of appreciation, this place is done fantastically, but there's something you need to know. You see this construction site and you see all this plot of land, and this is the problem in Dubai. If there's a plot of land right near your building where you're buying, there's a very good chance someone's going to tell you it's going to be a dog park, it's going to be a place that they're going to build, I don't know, something small. But this is going to be another high rise, exactly the same size or maybe just a little bit smaller than the SLS tower. So that means if you were to own a property on that first floor, or even any property here with an unobstructed, well, once unobstructed view of obviously the city that way, well, let's be honest, within the next 2 or 3 years, you're going to have a massive building there, and you're also going to have a shitload of construction going on for a very, very long time, because that's going to take at least 3 years to build. But again, whenever you're finding a property that you want to buy, you need to really have someone who's working with you who understands how this city works. And what I mean by that is that if you are buying something and it may be close to a plot of land and, you know, there may be no building permits to actually build on that land right now, well, I'll be very honest with you, this place is building very fast, so there's a very good chance something will eventually be built there. What does this do? Well, this ruins all of the potential that this property may have. For example, if something in the SLS is facing the back way, well, there's a highway there, okay? And if you're on a high floor, there's nothing that's going to be built in front of it. But if you're going to be buying something on this first floor here, you're going to have a massive construction site. And what's that going to do? Exactly. That's going to stop anyone who wants to buy it from you from an appreciation perspective, because I'm not being funny. If you were going to look in the SLS, if you were on that first floor there, and you know if you're going to buy that, if I was going to go and buy that now, if I looked over there, I'd be like, oh, well, there's a construction site there. I'm going to be stuck with construction for the next 4 years. I probably wouldn't buy it. So again, that just deteriorates the potential for it to appreciate. And these are what I look for when you're trying to make a profitable investment in Dubai. Well, of course, location number one. We're in Business Bay specifically today, but we're not here specifically talking about Business Bay. But then number two, the developer. Of course, you need to find reputable developers. And then a three, you need to be looking at the views, and you need to figure out exactly what rental yield it's coming through actual verified listings and transactional history. All right, so guys, that was how I would structure and find a profitable investment in Dubai. I hope you found something from that video useful, and I'll see you in the next one. And of course, book a call if you need any more information.